And every week, Jordan Ham knows all, tells all on the recruiting scene around Arizona. Now that we're in the postseason, you're going to hear more and more of these players, the open division, and all of that. We'll get to it in a minute. But first, partner, we're brought to you by IBEW 640. We appreciate their support. You have a commitment right off the top to get out of the way. Kind of strange this time of year, isn't it, Jordan?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you feel like this stretch here in November, that's usually when it's a little light on commitments, but it feels like guys, whenever they know, they know. So they'll pull the trigger. You think a couple classes ago, Brendan Rice, I think, committed right around this time, right as the playoffs were getting going. So once the decision is made, some guys just want to get it done and kind of move on and focus on the playoffs. So I think that's what Jacob Holmes did here over at Chandler, defensive lineman. He commits to Tulane. When I saw him this offseason at the Under Armour event and some of these showcases, he really, you could see the impact he made. So I think the Wave are certainly making a big push here to get a guy like him.
Go over to Liberty, the West Side, and Liberty, there they are in the open division, and they've got a few players, but one in particular that fans should be aware of.
Yeah, Liberty, just another year, another, season where you can always chalk them up for like at least 8 wins. They're just so rock solid, so consistent over there. We've talked about Jack Stam the past couple of years here on the recruiting roundup, the safety over there. But this is a defensive lineman, Michael Gardner, who adds offers from ASU as well as Cal, and 6'3", 273 pounds. Another one that another big body who has a couple years to go, and a guy that's been really impressive. We heard his name kind of all throughout the early part of the season, and now those offers starting to roll in for him.
Okay, let me throw some names at you. Bryson Deadman.
Very impressive wide receiver, a sophomore over at Basha. We've talked about this class, this junior and senior class that Basha has the past couple of years. And Deadman is one that has put up numbers all year. The recruitment was a little bit slower compared to the other guys. That's like comparing him to, some recruiting Avengers, guys that already have quite a few offers as well. But he gets his first from Arizona, and such an impressive year already, 945 yards, 9 touchdowns. Again, a sophomore, but making some big plays. And it always felt like he was, he could be a deep threat. You give him a little space, he can make things happen. So he's a really versatile wide receiver. So cool to see him get that offer from Arizona.
Recruiting Roundup brought to you by IBEW 640. Jordan Ham knows all, tells all. Jacoby Lane, latest on that one.
Yeah, another one of those talented pass catchers from 2023. You've heard me talk about them before. I got to see him on Friday night. And, physically, he is just so gifted where he can go out and make some crazy catches, no matter who's guarding him. 855 yards on the year and 12 touchdowns. He picks up an offer from Iowa State. We've seen what Matt Campbell's staff has done here in the state. So very effective for them. And, it's smart of them to get in relatively early on Jacoby Lane. And I saw him killing it in the 7-on-7s going into this year. And what I asked him was, what's your goal for this year? What do you want coaches to be able to see? And he said, I want them to see me that I'm not just a 7-on-7 wide receiver. I can do this with pads on. And he's certainly done that with these 12 touchdowns.
That's Jordan Ham. He knows all, he tells all every week on the Recruiting Roundup brought to you by IBEW 640.